Louisiana leading the way at 7-3, 13-4 overall. They've won 5 in a row. And Arkansas State at 6-9 and 3-5 in conference. We're underway. Arkansas State in the white jerseys.
Yeah, Arkansas State, primarily a man-to-man defensive team, and they want to get out in the transition.
3 right away won't go. Good work underneath by Duguay.
And you see already the size advantage down low as that three-pointer is missed.
And the basketball will go to Arkansas State. So a couple threes early on by Louisiana. There's Willis. And the starting lineups brought to you by Gamble Homes. Keon Wesley making another start. Had a double-double his last game out. So Fields and Willis and Eaton. Of course, O'Meara. And then Wesley. And the turnover as O'Meara, Michael, not able to find anybody close by.
Yeah, you see already Louisiana sending the double team at O'Meara. They know who the key for Arkansas State is.
And for Louisiana, Russell, Akuba, Wilson, Gay, and AU. Good help by Eaton right there. Outside. Pass over in the wing to Russell. And
nice.
Nails the 3.
Nice penetration and kick for Louisiana. That's three-point attempts on 3 possessions so far, finally getting that one to go.
Russell averaging 17.9 points per game.
And Arkansas State shoot that 3-guard lineup. They'll run a lot of perimeter play, try to get it down low.
5 to shoot. Willis not able to shoot the basketball before the buzzer sounded. Good defense right there by Louisiana.
Yeah, you got to have better court awareness if you're Arkansas State, understanding where the shot clock is, but good defense by the Raging Cajun on that possession.
That's AU with the basketball, guarded by Eaton. Wesley out on Duguay. And the foul's called. That's on Keon Wesley, the junior from Chesilhurst, New Jersey. There's Bob Marlin, 11th season head coach for Louisiana. 13-4 on the year. They've won 5 games in a row. And Michael, one of the things they've done, they've won all the close games.
That's it. That's it. That's an important factor, especially coming down the stretch. We got an offensive foul that go against Gay out top.
And Mike Bellato, the head coach at Arkansas State in his 4th year. And talked to him this afternoon on the phone. He said, we need to push it. We need to move it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 3 guards on the lineup, and you have Norshad O'Meara who can really go inside out. You want to push that tempo as much as possible, especially with a team like Louisiana who has that advantage down low.
Wesley inside.
Nice.
And nicely done there. The basket by Keon Wesley.
Well, nice job by Wesley coming to a 2-foot jump stop in the middle of the lane with that floater, but just
too easy there by Russell. Yeah. Now Eaton kicks it out to Willis. Can't get it to go. And a rebound pulled away there by Duguay, who averages over 8 boards per game. And they're going to say Akuba stepped out of bounds, so the basketball to Arkansas State.
Well, Arkansas State is going to have to make sure they get back into transition, even though they like to push the basketball. Louisiana will push the tempo as well because their bigs can run the floor very well.
Into the game now, Caleb London, number 24 there with the basketball for Arkansas State. Eaton to Wesley. Can't get it to go. And a whistle.
Hold, yeah.
Foul's going to be on Keon Wesley.
Well, he got a call for actually pulling the jersey of Gay for Louisiana. As Louisiana's going to try to push the ball as much as possible. Let's see how they set up in this half court. See them try to get a lot of pick and roll action out top. So you got to get it down low to Akuba.
Pull up in the lane. Nice shot right there.
Well, what a luxury when you're 6'7", 6'8" power forward. Get pull up on the dime and knock down. Bad shot and an early 7-2 lead for Louisiana.
16:22 left to go first half, just underway from Jonesboro. These two teams played on January 22nd and 23rd. Louisiana won both of those games. The first one 81-68 as Fields sends it to Omier, and he hits the baseline jumper.
Well, nice look and nice shot by Omier right there from about 10 foot on that baseline, knocking it down. You like to see the point guards for Arkansas State really pull that double team off that high screen and roll.
Nice pass inside. That was nice. The finish there by Akuba, but AU made that play.
Yeah, great job by Akuba. It's just so difficult once he gets the ball down low.
Eaton for three, and he has struggled from outside, shooting just 25% from three-point land. Akuba the rebound, and he is fouled. So 15:30 left to go first half. Louisiana with a 9-4 lead over Arkansas State.
My windshield just got broken. I feel like I need to blow off some steam. Let's go.
Tempo, but then you have to cut down on the turnovers if you're going to have a chance to stay against a really good Louisiana team.
At the free throw line, Theo Akuba, the junior from Montgomery, Alabama. And he makes the first one. That looked pretty good right there, Michael.
That did. Nice looking stroke, and that's a luxury when you're big, can knock down free throws.
73% on the year. Makes them both. Averaging over 11 points, 9 rebounds, 53 blocks on the year, and Louisiana with an 11-4 lead. I was mentioning the two games played back in January. The second game, much closer, 77-74 win for Louisiana, as Arkansas State came from 15 down in the second half to get it to within one there at the end, but could not finish it. There's Fields in the lane.
Nice.
The floater, and he's got it.
Nice. Good job by Fields. And we talked about that earlier. Having to attack off of that screen and roll instead of just using the retreat dribble. Good job of using the floater in the lane.
In the corner, wide open there is Duguay.
Nice. Well, coaches will tell you when you have the time, take the time. And you saw him initially pull back and knocking down that shot.
14-6.
You see Omier down low for Arkansas State. You got to feed him that ball if you're Arkansas State. He's the player that can make good things happen for your team.
That's London on the turnaround. It won't go, and Akuba the rebound.
Yeah, tough shot by London on that baseline using the fall away.
Russell with the basketball, a little push off there, no call. And going inside, and the finish by Akuba.
I mean, that's the luxury, 7'6" wingspan, Roger.
Well, that's a tough matchup.
You just throw it up.
Yeah, I mean, Omier 6'7". That's a tough matchup, and it's a 10-point, 16-6 lead for Louisiana.
And that's when that leadership comes in for Louisiana to know how to get a lead and play with the lead.
7 to shoot. And the foul called outside.
Foul charge number 10, Theo Akuba. That's his first personal. Team foul 2 of Louisiana.
Couple substitutes. Devin Butts, number 1, into the game. And also Isaiah Richards checks into the game for Louisiana. Marquis Davis now in there for Arkansas State, along with Antoine Jackson. Malcolm Farrington is also checked in the game for the Red Wolves. That's Davis. It won't go. And here comes Louisiana. All the way down the floor. The miss there, and Fields the rebound.
Good rebound by Fields right there. Wanting to push that tempo. Louisiana at that time coming down the floor. We talked about it earlier. They will also push the basketball if given the opportunity.
Fields sends it out to Jackson. Steps back, wide open three. In and out, won't go. And the rebound by Richards.
Good look by Fields, just able to knock that one down.
Tried to get a bounce pass through the lane, and London comes up with a steal. Farrington, he has really done a great job shooting the three. And London from the elbow, and it won't go. And the rebound pulled away by Duguay.
Yeah, a couple of good looks for Arkansas State down the floor, just unable to get him to drop, and we got an offensive foul.
Davis doing the job. Junior college transfer from Oxford, Alabama.
Well, good job by Davis stepping in the lane.
He'll lean just a little bit.
Yeah, as long as your shoulders are square, though, they'll give him that call. And that's what it's going to take, those little plays to get Arkansas State back into this game. Because Louisiana, you see they're pushing the tempo. They're playing downhill, so we like to call it. The officials.
Is that a stat, taking a charge?
Taking a charge is a stat, yes, it sure is. You got to have a player on your team who does the dirty work, who's not afraid to put their body in the way and take a charge. I used to trip into a few charges back in my day. It was on accident.
Ty Harper in the game now for Louisiana. Eaton sends it to the corner. Little step back shot, and in.
Nice. Nice job by Eaton that time. You rather see him go into the hole, being aggressive and not just selling for that outside shot.
Tough runner, and Ty Harper. Well, that's a tough shot right there. Davis saves it. Good job there in London. Now sends it back outside to Farrington.
Come on now. Good job. Good inside-outside action. He's the better three-point shooter for Arkansas State, and that was a big bucket.
And, Michael, he loves to shoot on the move, as we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's difficult to do with Arkansas State back into a 2-3 zone. Switching up the look against Louisiana, and got a travel on the floor.
Yeah, 35 there, Isaiah Richards. 11:45 left to go on the first half, and 59 personal fouls and 71 free throws.
Wow.
In the game in Jonesboro.
That's getting after it. We're back in the live action now. Arkansas State making a mini run that last segment down the floor.
Farrington can't get that one to go. He usually shoots the three-pointer. And there's a three from way outside. It won't go. Richards, the rebound and in.
But offensive boards, you have to put a body on Louisiana. They do a great job on the offensive boards, and they have the advantage. So Arkansas State is going to have to make note of that if they want to stay close in this game.
Antoine Jackson inside, gets his own miss. Then he's knocked to the floor, keeps it alive. But then it's stolen. This is going to be really easy for Malik Wilson.
Well, good job by Wilson playing the passing lane. He saw Arkansas State kind of out of sort on the offensive end, able to come up with the easy bucket.
11-point lead, the biggest lead for the Raging Cajuns with 10:40 remaining in the first half.
You see a lot of down-screen action from Arkansas State trying to get their shooters open, especially with O'Meara on the bench.
4 to shoot. Eaton for three. Got it!
There you go. There you go. Eaton, good job stepping back, taking his time, and knocking that one down.
That's just his 13th make of the year, and quickly to the basket and the finish.
Man, they score so quickly.
Don't
you
they?
Have to get back.
Ty Harper. Ball knocked loose. Farrington not able to come up with it. And it will be Louisiana basketball. 10-point lead for the Raging Cajuns.
Well, good job by Wilson last time down the floor, playing the passing lane, making it look easy with the dunk for Louisiana. That's one of our keys to the game for Arkansas State, is to take care of the basketball. Louisiana last time able to capitalize.
Yeah, I mentioned last year the team split. Eaton had two big games. They had 24 and 28 in the two games.
Yeah, he scored. You get asked to shoot with confidence. It's good job. Good deflection by Jackson down low.
Antoine Jackson, the sophomore from Las Vegas, doing a good job defensively there. Farrington thought about it. Good defensive pressure.
You like to see Eaton that time coming off that screen and roll with Jackson. You got to be aggressive to make that defender's play too.
Farrington, the fall-away shot, and butts the rebound. You know, Richards was guarding Farrington right there. And how about that move to the basket?
Man.
Beautiful job there by Malik Wilson.
A la Stacey Augman right there. He just kind of stretched out in the lane. He got a foul on the floor.
26-14, 12-point lead, the biggest so far for Louisiana.
At the free throw line, number 23,
And
Marquis Eaton, 2 shots.
so Eaton will go to the free throw line. 11 points, 3 rebounds a game. Good free throw shooter. As we have wholesale substitutions right now.
Wow.
4 players checking into the game for Arkansas State.
Well, you want to keep fresh legs on the floor if you're Arkansas State, and Omier checking back in is a big boost for Arkansas State. Let's see if they'll get him the ball down on the offensive end.
Eaton, an 83% free throw shooter. And Arkansas State leads that Sun Belt Conference in that statistic of free throws attempted. They average nearly 23 free throw attempts per game. They've stepped up the defensive intensity here, Michael.
Yeah, you got to, especially being down by 10. I think you got a 5-second call. Yeah, turnover ball. Good job by Arkansas State ratcheting up the defensive pressure.
That was Keon Wesley over there.
And any coach will tell you defense is just a want-to for your players. They want to do what they can.
Willis there. And now looked right into Omier, and he was open.
Yeah, got to give him the ball down low. Especially as the big who's doing all that screening. Eaton for 3, knocking it down.
So Eaton with his second 3, and it's 26-19.
Well, he's feeling it, so you got to feed him the ball, but you definitely want to get that action along with he and Omier with a 2-man game.
Driving to the basket right there was Ty Harper.
That foul's in charge of Caleb Fields, his first team foul 4 on the Red Bulls. At the free throw line, 55, Ty Harper.
4th
2
team
shots.
foul on Arkansas State. Ty Harper, 6'3" freshman from Norcross, Georgia.
Checking the ball before.
He had a
Arkansas State
season high in one of the earlier meetings against Arkansas State, 11 points as Avery Feltz in the game now.
When you look at the Louisiana team, I mean, they have a lot of long, rangy, athletic players, really at every position, as he knocks down that second free throw.
27-19, 8-point lead. They're having a real struggle finding Norshad Omier, or either Louisiana's doing a great defensive job.
I mean, he's open right there in the post. You got to give him the ball.
Fields, who's been battling some ankle injuries, looked like he might have hurt his wrist. Timeout on the floor. 7:58 to go first half.
My windshield just got broken. I feel
Michael, observations more than halfway through the first half about what's going on.
Yeah, Arkansas State just not doing a great job of getting that ball down low to Norshad Omier. He is their primary player on the post, and you have to at least try to get him some touches on the low block, and so far they haven't been able to do that. For Louisiana, doing a great job of pushing the tempo and getting really easy baskets. It looks like Arkansas State has kind of switched up their look on the floor so far.
AU, corner wide open there for the 3, and a great three-point look there by Jacoby Gordon, and it's 30-19.
Well, when you see a zone as a shooter, you're going to line up and your mouth is just drooling because you know you're going to have a wide open opportunity. Now they get it inside to Amir, and he will pass out.
Feltz with the 3.
Nice, and that's what he can do coming off the bench. That time, nice one-dribble pull-up from deep to pull Arkansas State back to within 8. And if you're going to play a zone, that's fine, but you got to know where the shooters are and who the shooters are in your area for Arkansas State. You have to identify those players.
Deep 3 right there, won't go. And the rebound by Wesley. Here comes Feltz through traffic. Willis Sends it back outside. I'll take it. You don't want it? Give it to me.
And he just hit one, so you got to take the heat check shot. I get it.
Russell with the basketball. Now sends it over to Gordon. That was deep. Won't go. And O'Meara the rebound.
Well, if you're Arkansas State, you want Louisiana to fall in love with shooting out from deep as Wesley's call for the travel down low.
Yeah, Eaton came driving through to the basket, and Wesley was sort of stuck down there on the baseline with not much room to move.
Yeah, that's when you get caught in the air, not knowing what you want to do. Eaton probably should have just shot that floater, as it's good to have a few fans back in the stands here in Jonesboro. As we know it's been a difficult time throughout the pandemic, but good to see fans. I know the student athletes are excited to have those fans in the building.
AU with the basketball. Guarded by Farrington. Sends it to the far corner, and the three from deep.
Man.
Goodness sakes, Devin Butts, the redshirt freshman from Macon, Georgia.
Off the catch, too. No hesitation knocking that one down. And see, O'Meara has the ball at the top of the key, but. Oh!
And count it.
Okay, he's cooking right now with fish grease. Eaton able to come off, knocking down that 17-foot jump shot, and able to draw the foul. He'll go to the line and try to complete the three-point play.
83% on the season. And so far tonight, Marquis Eaton, we've seen him make a couple of threes. He's already got 12 points, so maybe he's thinking back to last year when he had those two games where he scored 24 and 28.
Yeah, they're going to need it if they're going to have an opportunity to beat this Louisiana team. Great start so far for Marquis Eaton.
And he completes a three-point play. 8-point lead for Louisiana, 5:46 left to go first half. Harper with the basketball for Louisiana, setting things up outside.
Arkansas State back in that man-to-man defense.
Butts, the runner, won't go. Felts the rebound.
I think O'Meara got a piece of that on the other end for that block shot a little bit.
Eaton, there he's got it to O'Meara. Mismatch right there, fall-away shot. And in!
Man,
how good is that?
You can't teach moves like that. Great job, and that's probably his second touch so far in this first half with about 5 minutes remaining in the first half. You have to feed him the ball. He will make good things happen.
33-27, the fake there. Now the pass inside by Harper. Basketball will go to Arkansas State with 4:55 remaining in the first half, now trailing just by 6. And we've got a timeout on the floor.
Games, and that seems like forever ago. I don't even know who that guy was. I probably know he probably shot a lot to have that many points.
I can tell you about forever ago. Okay?
Well, yeah.
No, it's great to be with you and get your insight into the Sun Belt Conference and these two teams tonight. That's Farrington.
Well, this is an opportunity for Arkansas State. They want to close this gap a little bit.
Davis, the baseline jumper, won't go. That's a tough shot right there. Measuring from three, the miss, and Farrington the rebound.
Well, that's a point in the game if you're
alley-oop inside and thrown a little bit behind O'Meara. Not able to pull it down.
Yeah, you got to understand time, score, and possession if you're Arkansas State. Right now, you want to just singles. You don't need the home run play right now. And that time, probably ill-advised pass from Eaton for the turnover.
Duguay back in the game for Louisiana, 6'9" senior from Senegal. Duguay on the baseline trying to turn around.
Wow.
They call the foul.
I thought they were going to call the travel initially. They have bailed him out on that one. Take a look at it right here. He spins baseline, 1, 2. And maybe O'Meara coming down with that right hand a little bit. Outside official had that call.
At the free throw line, 23, Duguay.
So O'Meara is called for the foul, and Mike Bellato obviously not agreeing with the call at all, as Gay misses the first one. Just a 57% free throw shooter on the year. Looked like AU came in and told him, I guarantee you're going to make the second one. And there you go. A little confidence from your teammate.
Yeah, the fans in here are kind of heckling him at the free throw line. You can hear it. He's able to knock down that second one to extend that lead out to 7. Arkansas State trying to keep it close in this first half so far. Got to have a little bit better spacing on the floor for the Red Wolves. And here's that screen and roll action.
Bounce pass into O'Meara. They're going to call tie up.
Jump ball.
Timeout on the floor, immediate timeout.
So
easy dunk for O'Meara, but the possession will stay with the Red Wolves.
With just 6 seconds to shoot. I'm sure they talked about that during the timeout. And there's Farrington.
Nice.
That's just a 2.
Nice, but what great execution out of the timeout for Arkansas State. Great call and great look, but that's just a 2-pointer, but still great execution for the Red Wolves.
34-29 and a whistle away from the ball.
Yeah, we got an offensive foul.
They called that on AU? Was he pushing off? Yeah. So Isaiah Richardson, 6'10 freshman from Brooklyn, New York, checks into the game. They've got a lot of height on this team.
They got a lot of long, lanky, athletic players for Louisiana. This is the time for Arkansas State to take advantage, only down by 5. Time scoring possession. You understand, you just need singles right now. Let's get something going to the basket. Easy look as Eaton kicks out. Davis.
7 to shoot. Driving inside. Hits
Nice.
it! What a move by Malcolm Farrington.
And Farrington is heating up. Usually an outside shooter that time, putting it on the floor and creating something with the shot clock running down.
He's got 7. The 3 won't go from outside by Wilson, and the rebound by O'Meara.
That was a grown man rebound by O'Meara down low. He almost snatched the Louisiana player's arm off.
Davis can't get it to go. And it's going to stay with Arkansas State.
Yeah, you saw O'Meara the last time on the floor. He went up so high, and Gay thought he had it. And he just snatched it right out of his hand.
34-31, 2:32 left to go first half. Farrington thought about it.
Oh, come
Step
here.
Back.
Oh, you got to finish that young fella.
Yeah.
We call that $1 million move and a $2 shot, brother. Goodness.
I like it.
Because it looked good, though. If he would have knocked it down, they'd have been replaying that in the film session all tomorrow.
3-point lead. Largest lead of the first half for Louisiana has been 12.
This is what it's about, grinding out games and keeping it close. Understanding your opportunities in Arkansas State so far, so good.
AU for 3. Won't go.
Oh,
O'Meara!
That man-child.
Yeah.
Only a freshman averaging a double-double. Got a carry. Oh, is it a carry? No, it's a foul on the floor. Okay.
Foul charge number 13.
They called it on Wilson.
Malik Wilson. First personal team foul number 7 on the Raging Cajuns. Puts Arkansas State in bonus at free throw line 23. Marquis Eaton.
So Marquis Eaton will head to the free throw line. He's got 13 points, and he's hit all 3 of his free throws so far. And hits the front end on the 1-and-1. You were a good free throw shooter, Michael.
Yeah, a pretty good free throw shooter.
About 75%, maybe?
All about focusing.
Yeah.
All about focusing at the line, and it's just you and the goal. Literally, that's all it is.
It's one thing you can practice constantly,
Yeah.
right? Year-round.
Yeah, and it's the difference between winning and losing games. Layups and free throws.
Really good defensive intensity right now for Arkansas State. That won't go, but the follow right there by Isaiah Richards, the freshman.
Yeah, Omer just mistimed his jump right there initially.
Eaton for three, won't go, and Richards pulls away the rebound. 3-point game, 1:35 left to go. And
wow.
Eaton takes the charge.
Well, that's a great job by Eaton. Where you saw him miss on the other end, but didn't allow himself to hang his head. Got back on the defensive end and made a play for his team. Great job of getting in position to take that charge. And still a 3-point game with 1:30 remaining here in the first half.
And Michael, remind you that we haven't seen Caleb Fields since he hurt that wrist.
Yeah, he hasn't checked back in the game.
Fields.
Come on!
And in!
Okay.
Avery Felts.
And Felts known for his outside shot. A little pep in his step on the jog back right there. With the jelly roll finish on the other end and pull Arkansas State to within one.
So since Fields left the game, Felts is getting the majority of the playing time. AU turned the shot down from the corner.
Scramble, you got to get out there.
Good movement right there. And, boy, coming through for the rebound was Marquis Davis. Less than a minute to go. First half, 1-point game. Felts thought about it. Uh-huh.
But smart decision, 15 on the clock. Down to a 1-4 low as Eaton operating out top with the ball.
Inside, Omer. And the foul.
Charge number 1, Devin Butts.
Foul's going to be on Devin Butts.
First personal. Team foul 9 on Louisiana.
And with 32 seconds remaining in the first half.
I mean, what a pass by Eaton right here. Goes up, looks outside as if he's going to kick it out to the shooter and drops it down low to Omer as he's ready to shoot too.
74% free throw shooter on the year. Omer, 13 points, 12 rebounds a game. Also has blocked 20 shots on the season. He's 6th in the nation in double-doubles, 3rd in rebounding. Only played 3 years of organized basketball before this season at Arkansas State at Miami Prep.
Yeah, he is a player. I mean, just his body of work in his freshman year. Like you said, still kind of understanding and getting feel for the game at the timeout on the floor.
32 seconds left for Arkansas State. And Felts, taking the place of Fields, has scored 5 points for him.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of hard to account for a player who, you know, like Felts, you know he can shoot it, but now he's getting an ample amount of the minutes. That's just too easy.
Oh, down the lane, and the basket right there for Duguay.
Yeah, Duguay does a great job of running the floor, but that's too easy for Arkansas State to give that up.
And nearly stolen away over on the far side by Devin Butts. Was a freshman last year at Mississippi State. Transferred over to Louisiana. He's a really good player, 6'6". And 18 seconds to go, so they'll play for the last shot here of the first half. 2-point lead for Louisiana. Eaton with the basketball.
He'll call the screen up here. It's Omer.
Omer has it knocked away and not able. Does Arkansas State, and we see Caleb Fields back out on the court. He didn't play towards the end of the first half, but who does Arkansas State have to get more production out of?
Well, you got to get Omer the ball on the post. He just makes good things happen for the Red Wolves, and you saw him get the ball a little bit there in the latter part of that first half, but I think you make an emphasis to get him the ball down low to start out in the second half.
Getting the start in the second half,
wow.
And boy, I'll tell you what, that wasn't bad defense right there, but Russell able to knock down the three, the Sun Belt Conference Player of the Week this past week with over 22 points and 4 rebounds and 2 victories for Louisiana.
And shot that one from deep.
Coming into the game, he had made 13 of his last 23 three-pointers. 8 to shoot. Eaton. Fields for 3. Hits! Caleb Fields.
Well, they missed that in the first half, and good penetration and kick out to Fields, able to knock that one down and answer Louisiana.
So Willis started the game, and he came out of the game rather early on. And now Felts, who played some good basketball there in the first half. And boy, there's another three. Goodness sakes.
Oh, man.
Russell
making it look easy, though. And these are not on the three-point line shots. These are deep-range three-pointers he's knocked down consecutively to start out here in the second half.
Well, and he's got 11 points now, 3 out of 4 from three-point land, and Louisiana 6 of 15. In the second game this year against Arkansas State, they hit 11 of 16 three-pointers. So the lead right now at 5 for Louisiana. Wesley. 9 to shoot. Felts, deep three. Can't get it to go. And the rebound pulled away there by Wilson. Quickly down to the other end, and the foul.
Foul charge to 23, Marquis Eaton.
Foul's going to be on Marquis Eaton.
At the free throw line, number 23, Duguay.
So Duguay will head to the free throw line. Shoot a couple. 8 points and 4 rebounds so far. A lot of international players, Michael. Duguay from Senegal, of course, Omir from Nicaragua. Just to mention a couple, but it's become really more of an international game.
I mean, yeah, recruiting is not only nationally, it's internationally, and all college coaches know is we got a jump ball.
Arkansas State basketball.
Go over to the Red Wolves, but yeah, Roger, I mean, you have to know and have to be tapped into the overseas markets, and these guys are playing in Europe, and they're playing pro at 13, 14 years old, and so by the time they come to the States in college, they're polished players. And back in my day, it was Valparaiso. You know, they had 11 players out of the 12 were from overseas.
Tried to get the basketball to Omir inside. Didn't work. Pull up, fall away shot won't go for Russell.
That was too close. He was too close to the basket that time. Needs to be about 30 feet out.
You played professionally in Europe, so you know all about those club teams. And whoa.
They count the
Fields,
basket? No, wave it off.
No?
Oh, man, I thought they would give him a continuation. Yeah, you get a chance to see a lot of those players before they come to the American market, as they call it, but they're playing on their club teams from 12, 13, 14 years old. As professional players, I got a chance to play in Poland and France and Italy and Turkey, and you get a chance to see how how young they start as well. And so when they come over here 18, 19, you know, they're 3-4 years a pro in their home countries.
5 to shoot. Fields for 3.
Nice, man.
Back-to-back threes for Caleb Fields, and he's got 8.
And that is a breath of fresh air for the Red Wolves. He's able to knock that down. It looked like Louisiana was going to try to open up the lead, had gotten it up to 5, but good answer by Fields for his second three of the second half.
Tough pass right there. Butts finds the cutter. Shots blocked.
Amir could have blocked that with his underarm if he wanted to. Take a look at it right here. I mean, he could have just caught it. Right? He could have just literally caught it with both hands.
Yeah, Wilson had nowhere to go. So 2 to shoot. You see Fields pushing because
now you get up on him. You don't want the easy toss over top.
There you go. Fields knew exactly what he was doing with his teammate there.
Well, that was a great heads-up play by Fields. He saw on the shot clock it was only 2 seconds or so on the shot clock. He said, "Hell, get up on him. We don't want anything easy." But that's that leadership. Only a sophomore, but he brings that good heads-up play from Fields.
(44-42), 16:48 left to go in the game from Jonesboro. Fields again. That one won't go.
Yeah, like Russell, they got a piece of it under the block.
Duguay came away with the basketball. Good ball movement there. Wilson down on the baseline. The foul's called, and that's going to be on O'Meara. That is his second. That's one thing Coach Mike Bellotto's always got to be, careful about is the foul situation with O'Meara. Phelps guarding Russell. Akuba in and out, won't go.
Yeah, that's three. That's go against O'Meara.
Wow. So with 16:23 left to go in the game, O'Meara picks up his third.
On back-to-back possessions, and that was a good job by Theo drawing that foul.
So Akuba heads to the free throw line. Six points, 3 rebounds. And good free throw shooter. Makes another one. So
take a look at it right here, and that's where they caught him at. Whenever you bring that right arm down, if you were straight up, they wouldn't have called a foul, but good job of jumping to the body. And O'Meara had to sit down. Like you said, that's a big foul. It's a 16:23 mark.
Interesting to see how Mike Bellotto now will approach this. See Marquis Davis has checked into the game. And also in there is Antoine Jackson, Farrington, and Eaton. This is the second one, and Eaton with the rebound. Fields down in the corner. There he is. Thought about it. That was Davis. Now Fields. 8 to shoot. Eaton, crossover. Inside and in! Challenged the big guy.
That's a great job by Eaton. He saw him slow down and kind of gauge where the defender was and able to put that one in. Sweet little move by Eaton.
1 point game. Ball's loose, but Russell able to maintain control, but Farrington with the steal. And then he's fouled. Fouls on Butts. We got a timeout on the floor, 15:30. ULM in a 3-point game, and then Troy with the lead over Georgia Southern. So those are the other games around the Sun Belt Conference. We've got a 1-point game here. 15:30 left to go. Eaton sends it back outside. Good movement right there. And the three and in.
Nice.
Boy, that's Davis's. He got off to a great start shooting threes earlier in the year, was hitting 50%, had not even shot a three-pointer. He went through a 4-game stretch where he didn't even shoot one. So it's good to see him hit that shot from outside, and Arkansas State now with a 2-point lead.
That was just great ball movement. Oh, wow.
Yeah, right back at you.
Okay.
How about that from Duque with Davis gardening? 48-47, 1-point lead for Louisiana.
Hey, Gay had a few words to say to the bench of the Arkansas State.
Davis.
Again! Oh, he got a shootout. Those two are going back and forth. They've been jawing at each other.
50-48, 2-point lead for Arkansas State. Bounce pass inside. That might have been a travel. No call there as Akuba gets the finish.
They find Davis again. Since Eaton recognizes that his guy's hot.
Tied at 50. That's what you do, right, Michael?
Yeah, you find him. You got to find him. He's hit 2 in a row.
A whistle.
Russell, that's his third personal. Team foul 4 on the Cajuns.
Yeah, you often wonder about that. Guys hit 2 of those shots. I mean, do you immediately come down? Where is he? Yeah, you got to find him.
The smart point guards and players understand, hey, we want to get our guys, especially when you just hit 2. Let's give them another one. It's only going to help us out.
Phelps comes into the game for Fields. Remember, O'Meara on the bench with 3 fouls. Bounce pass inside
Out of bounds, Red Bull basketball.
to Jackson.
That's a good pass by Eaton into Jackson. Just good quick hands from Louisiana. Something about Jackson just having that kind of skill set. So many moves around the basket. Doesn't get an opportunity to show it too much, but he's a
Davis
great around
tried to drop it off to Jackson. It's going to stay with Arkansas State. So after hitting a couple of threes, Davis, the 6'8 junior from Oxford, Alabama, put it on the deck, took it to the basket, and was trying to find his teammate for an easy two. Farrington on the move. Hits!
Come on, young fella, on the move, on the money from the corner, right in front of the Arkansas State bench, and Arkansas State up by 3.
And 56% from three-point land. And the follow right there by Duguay.
Yeah, Duguay, I mean, he's just a man on the board. It seems like every time Arkansas State is making a run, Duguay has an answer, that time with the nice offensive rebound and putback.
Yeah, he's got 13 points and 6 rebounds, and we've got a 1-point game with 13:25 left to go. Eaton all the way inside, and count it!
Oh, that's mama, I've been lifting right there. Good, strong move from Eaton. Coming off the high pick and roll. Takes the contact and still able to finish. Eaton is having a game tonight for the Red Wolves.
He's got 19. He's 5 out of 5 from the free throw line, and Eaton averaging 11.7 points per game. And the senior completes the three-point play. And Arkansas State leads at 56-52. And it's their largest lead of the game.
Up for, let's see if they know how to play with the lead. And we've seen Louisiana have an answer every single time Arkansas State has taken the lead.
Pull up. Won't go by Wilson. But long cross-court pass there. Now in the lane. A little floater. Can't get it to go. Wilson gets it back. And the follow.
Man, it's just difficult. They have a lot of size down there for Louisiana. 3 opportunities at the basket. And Akuba with the put-back slam.
$12:35 remaining.
That's what you miss Ormir. Able to
Yeah,
clean
no
up
question.
those boards. Yeah.
Little fall away there by Eaton. And he's fouled. A little conversation going on, Michael. Cedric Russell wanted to discuss that.
Well, I know what he was talking about. Look at the initial push off by Eaton right there. And then he comes back and draws a foul. And it's never the first one that the officials see. It's always the second one. He had a gripe, but Eaton to go to the line to shoot 2.
He is right on the money from the free throw line tonight, as Eaton now with 21 points and 7 of 7 from the free throw line. I mean, most guards, don't you think, should be really good free throw shooters,
yeah, you
right?
should. You should, because you're going to have the ball in your hands a lot of the time, and so that should be something that should be worked on in practice. And before and after practice, as he knocks down that second one, he'll take a break.
Yeah. Fields checks into the game now, and Eaton will get a rest with 12:25 remaining, and Arkansas State with a 4-point lead over Louisiana. Handoff underneath. Basket won't go by Duguay, and now a whistle. And the foul's going to be on Marquis Davis. Isaiah Richards, 6'10 freshman from Brooklyn, New York. Spent a year in prep school up in Massachusetts. So many players too. From high school they go to prep school.
Oh yeah.
There's, before they get to the college ranks.
Your next year to develop, to mature, to grow, to get recruited, even so.
Yes. So Omir's going to come back into the game at the 12:10 mark. And Richards averaging over 4 points and 3 rebounds a game. Makes the second one. So 58-56. There was a kick right there. Now Farrington will come back to inbounds the basketball. And looks like some pressure by Louisiana.
2-1-2 full-court press. I haven't seen this so far tonight. Just throwing a different look at Arkansas State to see how they will adjust. Take some time off the clock, but Fields just
how about that? Caleb Fields.
That looked like the cone drill that you work on in practice.
He's got 10.
And he's just been a spark off the bench after getting hurt initially in that first half. He's come back out.
Oh, Mir with the block. Here comes Feltz. Long step by Fields.
Let's go. Oh, man, he is a game changer. But what about the block on the other end by Amir? My goodness.
6-point lead for Arkansas State. 11:23 left to go. Biggest lead of the night for the Red Wolves.
It's one thing to have the lead. It's another thing to be able to play with the lead and sustain it. Let's see how Arkansas State does in Louisiana. Let's see how they respond.
Harper tries to drop it back. Feltz knocked it away. Amir has it stripped there by Wilson, but Arkansas State able to maintain possession. Been some back and forth action here, Michael.
Yeah, getting up and down, and Fields draws the foul. I mean, he's on a mission.
We've got a timeout on the floor. 10:49 remaining. Arkansas State's got the lead by. Make it 13. And Arkansas State with a 7-point advantage, their biggest lead of the night. Sophomore from Lewisburg, Tennessee, misses the second one. And Amir knocked it out of bounds. The basketball now to Louisiana. It's Ty Harper, freshman from Norcross, Georgia, guarded by Fields.
Wow, that's on Amir. His 4th foul. That's big.
10:35 left to go.
And he's trying to plead with coach to not take him out of the game, but you got to with 4 personals. There's just a different team when he's on the floor, though. He is a great rim protector and a great rebounder, and he just brings that size and strength that they're missing without him on the floor.
So Wesley in the game now as Amir picks up his 4th at the 10:35 mark. And another foul called. That's going to be on Feltz.
And I see why Feltz is kind of upset. Wilson definitely hooked him on that baseline. Still able to draw that foul. But you got to play through it if you're Arkansas State has missed on the inbounds play. Here's Fields.
Trying to find Farrington. He can't make that shot. Quickly down to the other end. Garnett's in the game, 22, and then the easy basket right there by Duguay.
Yeah, if you're Arkansas State, Farrington pulls up for 3. He misses, but you don't need those shots right now. You want to utilize the clock and get good shots. As the official's trying to see whose the ball is out on.
5-point game as we approach the 10-minute mark. And the basketball is going to stay with Arkansas State. So Farrington will throw it in. Fields, a lot of defense right there that he found.
Yeah, they know him. They're keyed in on him.
8 to shoot. 5. Fields high off the window and in.
Man, he is just so crafty with the basketball. That's one thing, but the other thing is he's able to finish at the rim, just unafraid to go into the land of the Giants.
From the wing, shot won't go for Garnett. And the foul on Arkansas State.
Foul charge to number 1, Marquis Davis.
Looks like Marquis Davis picks up the foul.
Team foul 7 on the Red Bulls.
7th team foul. And Eaton back in the game now for the Red Wolves. Lead by 7, 9:28 left to go as Duguay at the free throw line shooting 1-1. He's got 15 points and 10 rebounds, so he's already got a double-double. And makes the first one. And the miss, Davis the rebound.
Well, now you want to use the clock. You want to still be aggressive on the offensive end of your Arkansas State. But you want to utilize the clock to your advantage and get good open shots or get something driving to the basket.
Barrington steps back for 3. Malcolm Barrington with yet another three-pointer. He's 3 for 4 from deep, and he's got 13. And it's a 9-point lead for Arkansas State, their biggest lead of the night.
He gets his feet set so quick coming off the dribble. That's a turnover on the floor. Here comes Fields.
Davis for 3, can't get it to go, and the rebound pulled away by Duguay.
That's a shot you have to be disciplined enough not to take if you're Davis. Understanding time, score, and situation.
And the basket by Richards.
Yeah, Richards is a low, down low. Good job of spinning baseline, able to finish off the glass.
68-61. Eaton sends it back to Wesley. They leave him wide open, and he hits it. Keon Wesley.
Nice shot from Wesley from the foul line extended. Eaton drawing 2 and kicking, and Arkansas State doing a great job on the offensive end, and you know Louisiana will not just go away.
Just Wesley's second basket. Trying to go inside. It goes off the backboard, and Richards puts it back, and he's fouled, so we've got a timeout on the floor. 7:50. And Michael now at the free throw line for Louisiana. It'll be Richards. And makes the first one, so a 8-point game. We'll remind you once again that Roshato Amir picked up his 4th foul at the 10:35 mark. And makes them both. And you were asking a moment ago during commercial break, where is Akuba? There he is. Back in the game now.
Now you have that height out there for Louisiana and Arkansas State, and this is doing a great job of really taking it to the rim. And you saw Fields just fearless as he goes to the rim a few times for some easy buckets.
Felt started the second half, has played the majority of the second half after Willis started the game. 5 to shoot. Eaton takes it. Hits!
Come on with the hezzy and pull from deep.
Eaton,
Arkansas State has it clicking right now.
The three-pointer, and he's got 25. Remember I told you last year the 2 games, 28 and 24, so he's got it working. Turnaround shot won't go. Battle underneath. Offensive board there by Duguay. So this is an area that with O'Meara in foul trouble, Michael, that Louisiana has really done a terrific job. They have got 31 rebounds. Arkansas State just 19.
Yeah, and that's going to be a problem down the stretch with 7:01 remaining in the game. Is can you put a body and box out the bigs for Louisiana? And that's going to be a tough task for Wesley and Jackson. It's going to have to be a collective effort as Gay knocks down that first free throw. It's going to have to be a team effort for Arkansas State if they want to pull this victory out.
7:01 left to go. This is the second one, and the basketball to Arkansas State. A 9-point lead for the Red Wolves. Eaton driving inside, sends it to Feltz in the corner. They're using some time here, Michael.
Yeah, use some clock. You can see the emphasis, I'm sure. Talked about that in the last time out. Let's use some clock and get some easy shots.
Wesley with the ball fake. Now they've got 5 to shoot. Eaton throws it inside to Wesley.
Wow.
And Jackson misses the short one. A great opportunity right there, but just not able to convert down low. The pull-up from the side and the basket by Cedric Russell.
Oh, man, what a move by Russell with the left to right crossover. Stopped on a dime and knocked it down. Louisiana still a lot of time on the clock for the Raging Cajun. You have to continue to put points on the board if you're Arkansas State, but also use a little bit of clock at the same time.
7-point lead with 6 minutes left to go. Eaton in the lane, gives it to Wesley, and he hits it.
Well, Wesley, nice job that time, but Eaton is really creating off that high screen and roll. It's Fields out of the game. He did a lot in the first part of the second half, and now it's Eaton getting the job done.
Duguay with 17 points leading the way for Louisiana, has tied his career high. And a whistle.
Fouls to be charged to number 50, Antoine Jackson, his first. Team foul 10 on the Red Wolves. That puts the Raging Cajuns in the double bonus. At the free throw line, 2 shots for Malik.
And Malik Wilson will head to the free throw line. 77% free throw shooter, the best on the Louisiana team.
Substitution ball game for
How often does that happen?
That's
That's the announcer curse, right?
It is. Yeah. It works every single time.
So 5:36 left to go. O'Meara's checked back into the game. Davis also in the game for Arkansas State.
You know, O'Meara playing with those 4 fouls. Coach bought him a lot of time on that bench. And Jackson as well as Wesley did a great job.
75-67. What do you tell O'Meara if you're a coach?
Yeah, you tell him to play smart. Play smart. No silly fouls.
Eaton drops it off to O'Meara in the finish.
Everything. Take a look at the leading scorers on the night. See Eaton over there with 25 points and Gay with 16. Those guys leading their teams respectively. But O'Meara, I mean, you just see the presence he is down low. That's a good steal by Eaton.
Davis was going behind the back and loses it. I was just going to mention that Eaton with 8 assists on the night. The move in the lane and the basket right there by Duguay. Jonesboro, 8-point lead for the Red Wolves.
Well, this has been a good one here tonight in Jonesboro, Roger. Arkansas State really coming to play. Eaton carrying the load. As we got a foul out top.
It's going to be on Harper.
Team foul 8 on Louisiana. Arkansas State in the bonus. Substitution ball game 4. Raging Cajuns 0, Cedric Russell. At the free throw line, 1 and 1.
And Avery Feltz to the free throw line. Just 5 of 9 on the year. And he was asking the official, is it 2 or is it 1 and 1? What are we doing here? And he makes the first one, so it doesn't really matter. Makes them both, and the lead back to 10. That's the largest lead of the night for Arkansas State with 4:35 left to go. That's Russell with the basketball. Three won't go, and Omier the rebound, his 8th of the night.
The more and more I watch Omier, reminds me of OG Anunoby, who plays for the Toronto Raptors. That kind of athleticism, that instinct for the basketball. You saw the nice little touch he has on the shot, and he's a freakish athlete, and he's still learning the game.
Seven to shoot. Fields driving to the basket and in! Caleb Fields with the finish.
Well, he gets you with the off step, because if you're a shot blocker, you're trying to time it on his initial left foot on the right side, but he shot that layup off the right foot. So it throws you off just enough if you're a shot blocker.
A little bit out of control right there by Duguay. And Arkansas State comes away with the basketball. And an 81-69 lead with 3:30 left to go. Fields.
Oh,
and in with the left hand.
Oh. Goodness gracious.
14-point advantage. Just over 3 minutes left to go.
And he's finishing over 6'10" and 6'9" down there.
Duguay with the basket after it looked like Davis tried to take the charge.
Time on the floor, Arkansas State.
We got left to go. Michael, what about your keys in the game and how those have evolved?
Well, it's making me sound like I knew what I was talking about. Only 8 turnovers in the game for Arkansas State, doing a great job of taking care of the basketball. When you can take care of the basketball, you have more opportunities to score, and you see it right there. Cut down on the turnovers, push the tempo. They've done that, and Louisiana hasn't really taken advantage of their size advantage, I'm going to say, as Fields has just been a terror at the rim.
And the foul is going to be on Duguay.
Foul charge to Duguay. It's his 3rd personal, team foul 9 on Cajuns.
So Fields will head to the free throw line to shoot 2. And this is where the last 3 minutes of the game, where that free throw shooting really becomes so important.
It's so important. If you look at wins and losses, you look at that free throw line, and if it's a close game, it's usually the team has missed 4 or 5 that you don't think will come back and haunt you. At the end of that game, it surely does. It's Eaton will check back into the game.
Omier also back in the game, so Fields with one more. He's got 19 points. And he gets a second one. With the lead now 84-71, a 13-point advantage for Arkansas State with 2:40 left to go.
Now you just want to play good defense without fouling for Arkansas State. If you're Louisiana, you want to try to get a couple easy buckets.
Oh, Wesley almost had the steal there. 3, and good by Cedric Russell.
Time on the floor, Louisiana, 30-second timeout.
Of course, the tournament in Pensacola.
And there's a little full court action, a little run and jump at 2-1-2. And this is where you have to be disciplined. You don't need a quick shot. That's what they want you to do.
And a whistle.
22.
Fouled the wrong guy there, Michael.
Yeah, Eaton, great free throw shooter.
Team foul 10 on Louisiana. That puts Arkansas
So far, Eaton 8 out of 8 from the free throw line. Tonight he's got 8 assists, 25 points. And he makes the first one. And Davis back in the game for Arkansas State. And misses that second one. So an 11-point lead with just over 2 minutes left to go. Driving to the basket. Won't go. Offensive rebound and in by Duguay after the miss by Russell.
That's where they have the advantage on those boards. They foul Eaton again.
13, Malik Wilson, that's his 3rd personal.
I was on Wilson, which was his 3rd.
Coming for Marquis Eaton.
And
15, North Shadow Mirror. Checking in 4, the Raging Cajuns 55, Ty Harper.
Ten-point lead, trying to make it 11. Got it. Eaton now with 28 points, 11 out of 12 from the free throw line. 1:45 left to go. Send it to the corner to Butts. Hits it! Got the three.
Big three to Amir. Doing a good job of closing out.
87-79. Eaton. Fields back to Marquis Eaton. 87-79. Omier hangs on the rim. No basket.
Even though that's a nice looking play, you just don't need it. I would like to see Eaton kick that one back out and just use those last 10 seconds on the clock. I mean, it's.
Technical foul on 15 North Shadow.
He almost had it, and then gets called for the tech for hanging on the rim.
So the technical there. So this is quite, with 1:19 left to go, Michael. The free throw by Russell, which makes it a 7-point game.
Yeah, that is big. I mean,
and they get the basketball.
Yeah, it could be a 4-point game. Come right here to hit a 3. You have a ball game, so Arkansas State is a big technical.
And Omier is fouled out now.
On top of him fouling.
Yeah.
And I don't have the opportunity to use him on the board, and that's a foul on Fields.
And the foul there, and the basket.
Oh, wow.
Foul to be charged. Caleb Fields his second personal foul. 2-point basket is good. 1 shot for Ty Harper.
So Arkansas State had a 14-point lead with 3:17 left to go. And now with 1:11 remaining, Ty Harper at the line trying to complete the 3-point play and cut the lead to 4, which he does. Now apparently now Omier is not fouled out.
Oh, so he can't foul out on that kind of dead ball technical then?
And Omier now. We are doing this broadcast remotely. Louisiana and Arkansas State at 4 Central on ESPN+. 89-83, 6-point game, 103. So the Class B technical is not a personal foul. Less than a minute to go. Drive to the basket and in by Russell. 4-point game. Eaton.
Eaton controlling that basketball. Good free throw shooter, so you want to keep it in his hands.
10 to shoot, and the foul.
Malik Wilson has his 4th personal foul.
$89-85. And Marquis Eaton to the free throw line. He's got 28 and make it 29. (12 of 13 from the free throw line for the senior. And he makes the second one.
Big, that makes it a 6-point lead, 2-possession game with 30 seconds remaining. You got to get a stop and a rebound right now for Arkansas State.
He's got 30, and that's a deep 3 right there, and loose ball on the floor. Sends it back inside, and the basket there by Wilson. The finish by Keon Wesley. 93-87, 16 seconds remain.
I mean, they're the same signal.
Here we go, 6-point lead for Arkansas State. The deep three, O'Meara the rebound. And that will finish it. 95-87. And Eaton, with the slam there, has got 32.
Ladies and gentlemen,